All right, folks, good Saturday morning, 7:30. If you haven't been outside yet, it is juicy. That atmosphere is very prime for showers and storms today. Very much feels like a springtime atmosphere. A lot of humidity in the air and just a little bit of heating later today. And we're going to see those storms start to fire up again. So it does feel like a springtime situation for this afternoon. Here's your weekend forecast. We will see some more storms today. Some of them will be severe. So likely have another watch issue and some warnings later on today. Also, don't forget tonight to move those clocks ahead 1 hour as we go to daylight saving time. So we lose an hour of sleep, but it stays light an hour longer. So that goes all the way until November. So we go to daylight saving time tomorrow. Now, we'll be cooler tomorrow in the 70s, maybe 60s in some places with drier air coming in, maybe a little bit of rain in the morning, but I think most of the day tomorrow will be partly cloudy and cooler with breezy conditions out of the north. So I'm going to talk about the severe weather threat for today. Right now on your Willis Knight Mega 3 Storm Team Doppler radar, this is a live picture. You can see storms this morning up to our north. These are not severe, just some strong storms up here north of I-30, and these are drifting to the east. So we had a little cluster of storms this morning developed in East Texas. They were severe and had a possible tornado. In fact, we had reports in Marion County near Jefferson of a tornado which caused 2 injuries in Marion County. So we're going to be investigating that. But near the, I believe it's the Prescott community or Prescott community in Marion County had 2 injuries there. And then the storm has stayed severe with tornado possible with these northern Caddo Parish, and they moved into parts of southwest Arkansas. Then in Nevada County, we had a report of a trailer that was lifted off the ground this morning with that tornado. So there were some times that tornado did hit the ground. It was on the ground for a little bit and moved back up in the clouds, moved back down on the ground. So that storm developed down here south of Longview, all across East Texas, north of Caddo Parish by near Rodessa, up towards Stamps, Arkansas, and then up towards Prescott, Arkansas. So that was the track this morning. And thus we had this tornado watch till 8 o'clock this morning. And so that's going to continue for another half an hour or so. We need the rain. It has been dry here, folks. So we are under a severe drought. All areas, even some areas under an extreme drought. So this rain we're going to see today, very, very beneficial, even though it might come with some severe weather. So we'll keep you advised on that, but just expect some severe weather later today and into tonight. So there's that tornado watch till 8 a.m. this morning. We already had some tornadoes this morning about 4 to 6 a.m. Pretty much is over, but we have that watch continuing another 30 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on those storms, but they're mainly in extreme northern areas of the Arklatex, and right now they're not severe. Very warm and humid. This is why I'm telling you the atmosphere is juicy, prime for severe storms as that air is coming from the Gulf. A lot of warm, humid air is going to feed these storms later this afternoon. Notice these blue colors. That's where the front is. Very cold air behind this front. Believe it or not, it is in the 30s this morning in Oklahoma City. Look at that. 38 degrees Oklahoma City. These are current temperatures. 33 in Amarillo. Lubbock, 38. So this is what happens in the springtime. We have the clash of air masses. Warm, humid air to the east of the front. Cold, drier air to the north of it. This is a classic springtime situation. Look at these temperatures. 30-degree difference in the 3-hour drive from Oklahoma City to Dallas. So 38 to 66. So those storms are already firing west of Dallas, and they'll be marching our way later this afternoon and into tonight. There's that front, and that front is going to be very active today. So already some storms firing. These are not severe yet, but add a little bit of heating of the day, and these storms will become severe. They're near Dallas now, down towards St. Angelo, and later this morning, these will move towards the east. So right now, this watch, like I was telling you about, there, by the way, there's that storm that developed this morning about 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock this morning. There it is right there. That's the one that produced a possible tornado in Marion County and then moved across southwest Arkansas up towards Nevada County. There it is right there. It was on the ground at times, then it went back up in the clouds, back on the ground, and now it's dissipated now east of Little Rock. But that's the one we saw this morning that caused those tornado warnings. Back here where the front is, that's where the most convergence is. This is where you get the lift in the atmosphere, and we have showers and storms already developing here. Not severe yet, but this is just a matter of time as the front pushes in. Now, it shows it to be stationary, so it might not move very fast, but eventually it's going to march east And ahead of it, very warm, juicy air will feed the storms that develop later on today. So expect some possible heavy rain, that's for sure. So we're under a slight risk of severe weather all across your Arctic. So any of these storms that develop could go severe. And so keep that in mind if you have plans to travel around today, especially late today and into tonight. So if you have plans to get out and about, expect to be, have some storms to develop with. So the risk of storms, mainly heavy rain and gusty strong winds and some large hail possible. Still a threat of tornadoes, not a big risk. Right now I got a low risk as well as some flooding rains, but we're definitely going to get some good downpours for sure. And we'll watch these storms. We already had that tornado this morning. So there's a possibility of any of these storms that develop could drop a tornado this afternoon into this evening. So keep an eye on the sky today. So we could have some rough weather later today into tonight. So here's your forecast. 84 today. We're going to see a break from the storms this morning into early afternoon. So you have some time this morning to get some errands done before the storms really start to fire after 2 o'clock today. So 84 for high. Some of these storms will be strong to severe late today into tonight. So expect storms tonight, some strong to severe. And by morning hours, we'll be down near 60 degrees. But it's going to feel drier tomorrow for sure. So maybe some showers on Sunday morning. Then you're going to feel that north wind pick up, and that'll bring in some drier, cooler air. Temperatures only in the low 70s, maybe some places in the 60s for highs tomorrow. So much better weather tomorrow than today. It's going to feel very warm and humid out there today. Here's your precision cast, and this will spell out to you as far as the timeline goes. So this morning, we do have some storms, not severe right now, but they're up to our north of I-30, near DeQueen, north of Hope, up to Little Rock, and then some more will developing to our southwest along that front. So as the day progresses, you might see some breaks in the clouds, maybe a little bit of sun. And then by 2, 3 o'clock, we'll start to see these storms start to fire. And they'll fire fairly quickly during the heating of the day, about 3 o'clock. So by 5 or 6, 7 o'clock, we'll see widespread showers and storms that will be severe. So we'll likely have another watch issued, probably a tornado watch, later this morning that will cover all areas of the Arctic for this afternoon into tonight. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a stormy late in the day. Then by 10 o'clock, most of the severe weather should be over to the east. We still could have some showers and storms until about midnight and maybe early tomorrow morning. A little cluster of storms moves through southern areas about 5 to 7 a.m. on Sunday. And then that'll be it. We'll see the north winds take over. The drier air comes in. The more stable air will be coming in. So I don't see a big risk of storms tomorrow. Like I said, maybe some showers in the morning on Sunday. But if you're going to church tomorrow, it'll just be breezy and cooler in the 50s and 60s. And we might see some breaks in the clouds in the afternoon, and temperatures will be in the low 70s. So a good 10 degrees cooler tomorrow with that north wind. It'll feel a little more comfortable with those lower humidities coming in. So definitely tomorrow afternoon looks better than this afternoon. Going to see some showers around on Monday. Not a big chance of rain, but again, we're going to see a warm, humid air mass moving back in for Monday and Tuesday. But by Wednesday, we'll start seeing more of those storms that'll be popping up. Could be severe on Wednesday. Now, this is our rainfall totals. I showed you earlier about the drought. We've got a bad drought going on, so any rain is going to be beneficial, but it looks like we might have another round of severe weather possibly on Wednesday. But between now and the end of the week, cumulative amount of rain could see 2 to maybe 4 inches in some places of rainfall. So this is really good news for the drought. Hopefully not a lot of severe weather. The threat is there as we're almost to the first day of spring in about a week or two. So expect some heavy rain and downpours. We haven't seen a lot of this, so we might see some flooding, but we'll keep you advised on that. But expect to have definitely some good downpours today and then on Wednesday. Now, like I said, Sunday, we might see a few showers in the morning. I don't think we'll see much after 8 o'clock. After that, we'll see partly sunny skies, cooler temperatures in the 70s. Then the warm temperatures come back for Monday and Tuesday. Just a slight chance of a shower and temperatures in the 80s. And look at the lows back in the 60s. So that humidity comes back. South winds return. So it's going to start to feel more warm and humid. And again, like we see every spring, we see these storms developing when we see the south wind picking up out of the Gulf. So Wednesday, I think we'll see another round of strong to maybe severe storms on Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon. After Wednesday, I think things are going to dry out. It looks like after Wednesday, it should be nice for Thursday, Friday. Next weekend looks beautiful with nice temperatures, with cool mornings and mild afternoons. You know, the highs this time of year should only be about 70. So these 80s are way above normal. So we might see a little bit of a correction temperature-wise late next week into next weekend. But before that, we've got the 100% chance of storms today, another good chance of storms on Wednesday. So we will keep you advised. Keep it tuned to KTBS. We'll let you know of any of those watches and warnings that issue later today, and we'll break into programming tonight with severe weather possible. So we'll keep you advised on that. So just keep an eye on the sky today, and we'll keep you advised on the storms tonight.